It's great news because now it's possible to get a very cool custom mace here in Europe. This is the head of Neptune on both sides, and you can flip it, can move around. Boom, and welcome to another video of the Flowing Dutchman. Now today I wanted to show you a new mace that I recently got in the mail. It is made by Kiba Berlin, who is on Instagram, and yeah, he's apparently from Berlin. And that is great news because now it's possible to get a very cool custom mace here in Europe, outside of the Paleo Fitness, who has already done a similar mace. So there's more products coming on the market, which is an amazing thing to realize, and also an amazing thing to witness as an outsider who has, well, when I started, everything was happening in the US. There you could get the coolest maces, and yeah, shipping from the US is quite difficult to do. So what I realized quickly was there wasn't anything happening in Europe. So there was someone in the UK, there was someone in Italy, and not that much, and not many products. So a few years later, and things are starting to pick up, which is a very good sign. And today I wanted to get a closer look at this amazing mace, which Kiba Berlin made for me. Now I asked specifically for this color. He can make it in different colors, and I asked for the red handle with a golden head on it. It's a Neptune mace, which means it's the head of Neptune on both sides, and it's really cool. I think he makes it with a 3D printer, so we can get, you know, this maul, and it's very detailed and it's almost arty, you know, especially with the colors. It gives it a very good look. And also the thing that I really like about this mace is it's more like a Gada because it's a wooden handle. And what distinguishes a mace from a Gada is usually its handle, which is wood or bamboo, and usually also the head, which is concrete or iron. So I would almost call it a Gada because of the weight distribution. It is, however, not that long. So it is the same height as a regular mace, also steel mace or mace bell, which makes it a very interesting mace. At first I was a little hesitant because I was like, yeah, it's very light for a Gada, and it's probably the weight distribution is off for a full mace, because as you can see, it's not that much outside of the head where the actual balance is. Usually with a steel version it is more centered around here because the weight of the handle is a little bit heavier. Now for this one it is close to the globe, but it's not all the way at the globe. If the weight would be 7 or 8 kilograms, it would definitely be not possible to do movements from position 3 here at the top, which would be more difficult to do. And that is the thing between a flow mace or a regular heavy or longer mace, is that the weight distribution is just a lot more off. And what happens is that you can do less movements with it, the more the weight distribution gets out of whack, more towards the globe of the mace. So the end part of this mace, it is 5 kilograms. So that means it's not too heavy, but you would be surprised because it swings differently than a regular steel mace, because the handle is a lot lighter. So the weight is all the way at the end, which gives it more of a feeling like a Cadillac, like Eric Doyle would say. Which means you have longer time to wait till it comes up, and there's more ease in your swing. The more you move towards a club bell, which is a lot more weight close to the hand and a lot shorter, the quicker the movement becomes. And the further the weight is away from the hand, and the lighter the handle is, the longer and more smooth the swing becomes. The less torque you need to generate to actually move the mace through the swing. The heavier it is, the more you can rely on the pendulum. So it's a very nice in-between position that this mace has. It's a very good practice Gada, and it's also quite good as a functioning of, well, you can flip it, you can move around, overhead, so it works as a flow mace as well, which is really cool. So I'm actually very thrilled with this Kiba mace. It's not only gorgeous, it's also very functional, and it has multiple ways of actually approaching the tool. So for example, in my course about the Gada that I made, you can use this one pretty easily, and it will give you a different effect than with a mace. But you can also use it for mace flow. And that's a fun thing. It's a cool balance. It's a great practice mace, and at the same time you can actually flow with it. So at last I wanted to talk about the handle, which is made of wood. It's a cool color, and it's 4 centimeters thick. So that means, yeah, I really like it. It's similar to usual steel mace. 10-pound one usually has a thicker handle, and I actually like the thicker handle better with wood than with steel, because it doesn't curl in your hand. So the knurling usually rips open your hand at a certain point, and with the wood it's a lot more smoother. So it also is the lacquer, I'm not sure what he used, but it feels really easy to switch. So you can easily move, and it feels really comfortable and smooth. Well, so it's a really convincing story basically. It's a really cool custom made mace with a lot of care and a lot of options to make it uniquely yours. So he has a few more options. Hey, super cool. So if you want to take a look at his Instagram, you can follow him on Kiba, lowercase Berlin. And if you want to learn more about the mace, I recently made a course with Strong and Fit, and on strongandfit.com you can find an introduction to mace flow. This is a 6-week program that will take you from the basic swings all the way to, well, different directions, different presses. It's a really cool course to get introduced to the mace and then move up from there. It's really important to have your foundation solid, and in this course I guarantee that your foundation will be on point. Now it's time for a little flow. In 6 weeks, this program will challenge you physically and mentally while teaching you the crucial foundations and exercises for you to become skilled at swinging a mace. You will learn how to transition between these exercises and create flows, sequences of movements. You'll not only build strength and conditioning, you'll also improve your coordination, mobility and proprioception. My name is Harbert Egberts, founder of Dutch Flow Academy, and this is my Mace Flow introductory course. Join now on strongandfit.com. Boom! Thank you for your attention. It's greatly appreciated. If you like the content, please consider to share, like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see similar videos, you can see them over here. If you're interested in learning more from me as a coach, I've got online courses on DutchFlowAcademy.com. Keep flowing, Ram Ram.